Hey guys, welcome back. This is part 2 of add-on to what we did with the Muse brainwave biofeedback device, and now we're going to really specifically go into how it works so well as a tool with the motion code, which is a video series we've put on before, which really helps deal with emotional trauma and really coming to peace with yourself and your subconscious mind. So Andrew, why don't you tell them a little bit about how this new Muse brainwave tool relates so well with the emotion code and how we know it's doing well.
Thank you. Appreciate this opportunity to share this really fascinating information. So at the crux of what we're talking about right now is an ability to monitor your progress when doing work, and also to deal with doubt, which is even something to this day that I question. The left brain is always has questions about interpreting what you're doing and how do you know if you're succeeding. Now, once again, this is the Muse monitor, and it reads your brainwave activity, and traditionally when you use this with the app that comes with it, it helps you go more into meditation by giving you biofeedback. And in this case, it's just the sound of wind, and when the wind gets calmer, you're going more into meditation, and when you really get calm, you get bird noises. So when you're going more into an active or non-meditative mind, you'll get a more windy sound. So this morning, I just want to show you what I did. I have a couple of screenshots here I want to share. So I did a traditional meditation. Can you see the screen here, Chris?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I did a traditional meditation using the Muse monitor, just trying to calm the brain, listening to the biofeedback, and I did it for 5 minutes. And as you can see, I spent most of the time in neutral, and actually more time in active than calm. So this was not a very meditative session, even though I was trying to be meditative and calm my mind. So then, right afterwards, I'm going to show you the next screen, I did 20 minutes of emotion code. And as you can see, an incredible meditative graph here.
Yeah, it changed dramatically, straight from having a more active than calm to having 0 active and pretty much all calm.
Right. Now, this is an excellent way to affirm where you're at with the work. So if you can see here, even though during the session, while I'm doing this work, the memories that are being brought up are intense, you could say you're feeling at some level quite emotional, the brain is actually saying, this is meditative, this is calming, this is healing. So it's interesting that some of the memories that I was bringing up are very painful, sorrowful ancestor memories. I mean, we're talking about like watching a horror movie in a sense and being in meditation.
Yeah.
Now, so this is a huge issue, I think, in terms of meditation that I want to address. The emotion code is about bringing up subconscious memories that are really harming you and turning them over to God to be cleaned. The Ho'oponopono that we talk about all the time is the same approach. They talk about the ancestor memories causing great damage, like viruses being passed down from generation to generation. And each virus damages the computer that it hits. In this case, it's your body, your consciousness, everything. So this shows you that this practice of cleaning the memories is when done well, is an enormous meditation. It's powerful. And you can monitor the success of your work as you do it. And I've been doing the emotion code for quite a long time and Ho'oponopono for quite a while. So this takes practice. So this is a great way to monitor where you're at with the work. How effectively are you tapping your subconscious, and how effectively are you bringing a compassionate, so they call it a petition in Ho'oponopono, because you're never the one who cleans. This is prayer work. This is petition work. So it's not so easy to tap in and get to those memories. They hide out. They don't want you to really be, a lot of times they don't want to be accessed. You'll get a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of resistance. So this is good to have the tool to see where you're at in the practice if you've been doing the emotion code. And also, as I've mentioned to you, and we have all these other videos, there's a lot of prep work that goes to doing the emotion code. Somatic work, like using Chi machine, the vibration machine. We have 10 videos talking about the vibration machine, how it helps with emotional trauma. Yeah. I would say that before I use the vibration machine, and if I had, did 20 minutes of emotion code and looked at this graph, it would not be this calm.
Yeah, I mean, so since we're looking at this graph right now, I mean, if you weren't doing emotion code, it would probably still be neutral and active, right?
Right. I mean, one would think that if you're visiting, so to speak, or revisiting very profound memories, traumas at all along the way, and by the way, when I was doing the session, one tracking went back 4 generations on my mother's side, very heavy ancestral suffering. There was one in the womb. I've really worked this practice, and there's a lot of awareness going on, a lot of watching, a lot of profound observation. So that is what true meditation is the ability to meet very heavy stuff in a loving, compassionate, observing way such that it brings a response and a release. So this does take skill and time and practice, and I've worked this, believe me. I've been motivated by trauma. So I was very dedicated to learning all the work I show in the videos, from body work to everything I've learned. I've tried many, many ways to work with trauma. So bottom line is you have a way to monitor your practice, and then we have all these additional tools to help you set yourself up or prepare yourself really for this work, which is soul work. But there's a lot of preparation for soul work, and you can see our videos on Ho'oponopono, and when we talk about doing the Chi machine to regulate the fear, doing the breathing mask. And again, the vibration machine is a profound trauma shaking off tool that mimics what animals do to deal with trauma. So
exactly.
Use this as a baseline. Read, you can, whatever practice you do, you can get on here and look at the graph. Now, the fact is that I did this very early in the morning, and that's a lot of times when heavy subconscious information arises. So the fact that the first graph, let's go back to it again, is this agitated, just means there was a lot of material that was waiting to be dealt with, and it shows you that once I dealt with it through the emotion code, wow, what a sense of peace. And now I knew this instinctively because when I do emotion code sessions, my day really is blessed, honestly. There might be a few wrinkles, but nothing of the deep subconscious torture that one can experience if they don't clean the subconscious mind. Yeah. And maybe, you don't, if you're not as aware of it, you just agitate, you have a bad day. So when you do this work well, it really sets the table for the whole day. And early in the morning is really the height of sort of when you're dreaming, and when that's the time to really meditate, first thing in the morning, early in the morning. That's when you're deep in the subconscious, coming out of dream world. So, I encourage you to consider using this biofeedback device to monitor your meditation practice if you're doing the emotion code, and if you're doing other meditation practices, to see how it's going.
Yeah, it really can show you guys exactly where you're at and where you need to be. Plus, we have so many of those other tools that we can offer you in consultations. You can contact Andrew. He can guide you if you're staying active and neutral. Please reach out, and let us put you on some type of protocol that's really going to help you get the best out of this.
Right, and just get back here. So I do want to reiterate one key point here for those who have thought about trauma and are afraid to go there, or maybe done therapy. There is a way to work and be with the memories that have caused you suffering in such a way that they get healed. In other words, going into traumatic memories in a meditative, loving way is a beautiful thing. It is a meditation. You don't have to avoid. You don't have to do all these, let's say, medications. there is actually a way to tap into the subconscious mind and start the healing process and get beautiful results. You know, I would say God does not want you to be stuck in the sins of your fathers. And even though, unfortunately, the mind has a funny way of working where it keeps perpetuating memories, there is a way to break the cycle. So that's what we're teaching, and it's very important.
And there you go, guys.
To try to really persist and keep looking at this idea of trauma and how to resolve it.
Exactly. I mean, what we want to do is really help you guys, and this is what we're all about. So, I mean, look at the tools, look at the info, and do your own research. But please, if you have any questions or comments, let us know and let us help.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, thanks.
As always.
Yeah, we'll come back to you guys with some more videos. Keep checking out our Blue Z Water channel and all our helpful hints and tips, guys. So we'll be back with some more. Cheers.